Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back with another video of Data Zero, and in this video we're going to look at the S&P 500 slash SPY. We're going to look at AMC and APE, and then give you guys the update on what's going on for this trading week. This is my weekly update and prediction and everything you need to know for this trading week, getting you guys prepared. All the news, all the details, all the data, all the TA, what I'm looking at, and my predictions. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. Alright guys, what's up? You're back with another video with Data Zero, and this is going to be your weekly update for everything you need to know for this trading week, getting you guys prepared for this week. We're going to look at the S&P 500, we're going to look at AMC, and we're going to look at APE, getting you guys prepared for what's going on this trading week and all the news you need to know. So let's go ahead and start with the economic calendar and see what we're looking at. So we have year-over-year core inflation rating. This is going to cause a lot of volatility in the market, and we also have PPI coming out on Thursday, year-over-year and core inflation rating coming out on Wednesday, and we did have news come out on Friday that might have a negative effect on the market on Monday, but I'm overall bullish on the S&P 500, and I will explain why. But look out for these dates because they are very, very critical, and they could cause a lot of volatility. If the inflation rating is above the consensus, which is about 5.5, which is the forecast, if it's above 5.5, that means it will be bearish for the market. If it's below 5.5, that means it will be bullish for the market. This is the year-over-year core inflation rating, and we also have all of the inflation data coming out on Wednesday, and then PPI coming out on Thursday. So this is stuff that you need to look out for, causing volatility in the market. So if we go ahead and put on the Hakanashi candles, as you guys can see, my candles are in Hakanashi style. They measure candles by they make candles by volume instead of by price, like regular candles, and they help you determine up and down trends a lot more easily because it makes things more clear. As you guys can see, green, 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 and then red, 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 red makes the downtrends and uptrends very, very easy to see. So as you guys can see, the SPY is basically in an uptrend. It broke out of this downwards macro downtrend. It is in this ascending triangle. So I am looking for bullishness in the SPY. We might have a little bit pullback Monday, but Tuesday I'm thinking we are going to have a bullish day, and I am looking for a bullish week overall in the SPY. I think it could push up to this 420 region, and maybe even throughout the next weeks push up to about 430, maybe even as high as 460 before coming down to test new lows. I'm extremely bullish on the SPY right now for a basic uptrend going up, up, up until this overall ascending support breaks. But basically, we hit the lows right here, and this could be the actual bottom until we capitulate and maybe retest these lows. But as far as moving up, I do think we're going to be in a uptrend. Go to the top of this ascending triangle and then maybe come down and test these lows. But as of now, for the next couple weeks, I am looking for bullish momentum in the SPY, and I will explain why here using technical analysis. So if we go ahead and put on the Bollinger Bands and go ahead and put them on the weekly time frame, you guys can see that we have green weekly MACD on the SPY, and we have the Bollinger Bands constricting. Anytime the Bollinger Bands constrict, that means a lot of volatility is coming, which is a nice pop to the up or downside. Now, if it's above the blue line, that means the pop is most likely going to be to the upside, especially when MACD is bullish. So we are probably going to have a nice pop to the upside here on SPY, and there are a lot of bullish signals on the long-term time frame telling us that SPY is bullish. As you guys can see on the 4-hour time frame, we have this buy signal letting me know that we are going to have a decent run to the upside. And again, this is why I am thinking the SPY is going to be bullish, which will help AMC get momentum and push to the upside. So this is what I'm looking at on the S&P 500. I'm thinking that is going to be a bullish week for the S&P 500, and there are many reasons to believe that. And if we go ahead and put on the alligator as well, you guys can see I'll explain how the alligator works, but this is the bullish line, this green line here, and this is the bearish line. So let's go ahead and use this previous run here, and let's go ahead and put on the momentum indicator as well, because the alligator works great with momentum indicators. So we could tell that it was the bottom of this run, because you could see that the bullish line started to cross over, and it went to the bullish line started to go on top. So we can see that we got this run and we have this run here. So we can see that the run has momentum because the bands have a lot of width in between them. So you can see that there's a lot of width in between the bands. And then when the run starts to end, the bands get close together and get close together. And you guys can see then the bullish band goes to the bottom. You could tell that's getting to the end of the run. Now, if you combine that with the momentum indicator, you can almost call the top of a run. You guys can see that we got the bottom because we can see the momentum indicator is low down here at the bottom of the screen where my mouse is. And as the run starts, you guys can see the momentum indicator runs to the upside, and we can see there's a lot of width in the bands. Now, if you look at where the momentum indicator started to peak out and started to go back into a downtrend and started to head down, you could tell that this run here was starting to end and the bands were getting close together. Now, using that same logic, you guys can see that the bands have plenty of width right here on the SPY. That means this run still has a lot of momentum to the upside, and you guys can see that the momentum indicator is curling back to the upside and getting back to these higher levels, and is still in an uptrend, not in a downtrend. So this is telling me that this move still has momentum to the upside, and we are possibly going to see this week highs for the SPY all the way up to about 4,188, and for the that's for the S&P 500, and for the SPY that would be around probably 4,013, 4,015, or 413, 415. So that is what I'm looking at for S&P 500 and SPY. So I'm thinking it's going to help AMC push up, and we are going to have a bullish week. Now, if we go ahead and look at the technical analysis for AMC, you guys can see with the Heikin-Ashi candles, we are in a clear uptrend, and using the same terminology and ideas of the alligator, you guys can see that we have plenty of width in the bands, and we are in a uptrend, and we have a lot of momentum to the upside, and the momentum indicator is in a uptrend. So I am suspecting AMC to move up. I'm expecting it to close with a green weekly candle. So if we were to go ahead and put on regular candles, I'm predicting that the candles will be a green weekly candle print for this week. Now, as far as price points, as far as how high I think AMC can go, I think the lowest AMC will go is about $5. So it's going to close at the low. Again, this is not financial advice, but I think we could go as high as $8 for, and I'm about to explain why. So my price prediction for the high of AMC is $8. My price prediction for the low of AMC is $5. I know that's a high spread. I normally like to keep it within a dollar range, but we could have explosive action on AMC, or we could pretty much stay sideways, but I'm expecting at least some bullish action to the upside because of all the bullish momentum in the market. And we have cost to borrow rates skyrocketing. So if we look at last time, we had cost to borrow rates this high between 212 and 223. So you guys can see the dates down here at the bottom of the screen, 212 all the way to 223. If we go ahead and look at the chart and see what that correlates with, so we go ahead and put on the daily time frame, and you guys can see the dates down here on the bottom. You guys can see between 212 and 223. So 212 was around this bottom right here. Cost of borrow started skyrocketing, and between those dates to 223, we ran all the way up to $8. There's also a lot of bullish indicators on the weekly time frame and the bigger time frames telling me that a bigger move is coming. So if we go ahead and put on the Bollinger Bands, you guys can see the Bollinger Bands are constricting, and we have a green weekly MACD. Last time we had green weekly MACD and the Bollinger Bands constricted, Bollinger Bands constricting. As you guys can see, they're getting tight, and we have green weekly MACD. We had this run up. Bollinger Bands constricting, getting tight, we had this run up. Now this is the weekly time frame. This thing takes time to play out because it is the weekly time frame, but we are waiting for a larger move to the upside. Every time we have green weekly MACD, we have nice run ups to the upside, and Bollinger Bands getting very, very tight, telling me volatility is coming for AMC. And if you look at the daily time frame, they are getting tight as well, telling me a nice pop is coming, and we are above the blue medium line, telling me the pop is going to be ups to the upside, and we have daily green MACD and 4-hour MACD, letting me know there's a ton of bullish momentum in the AMC. If we go ahead and put on the super trend indicator, you guys can see on the 4-hour time frame we have a buy signal, which normally indicates nice movements at upside. As you guys can see, buy signal, run up to the upside, and it just printed, so you guys could catch this run. Not financial advice. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you get the buy signal early on the 4-hour time frame, look at this run that came afterwards. Look at this run that came afterwards. Look at this run that came afterwards, especially after they just printed. These are all 4-hour buy signals, and they are normally on point. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC, and we have MACD bullish on that time frame. If we go ahead and look at the daily RSI is extremely low. It's at about 50, so we have plenty of room to run to the upside before RSI would get overextended or overheated. And on the 4-hour time frame, we are at about 57, so we have plenty of room to run to the upside if we were to get a nice move to the upside on AMC, which I am looking at. And again, if you were to go ahead and put on the alligator and the momentum indicator, you guys can see that we are in a uptrend. We are bullish, and there is plenty of width in between those bands, and we have plenty of momentum, and I am looking for a nice bullish day for Monday or Tuesday. So what I'm thinking is my most bullish scenario would be AMC to move up pre-market, maybe pull back the first 15 minutes of the market, and then continue up throughout the day. So that'd be my most bullish scenario, maybe moving up to about the 550 range, $6 range on Monday. My most bearish scenario would be maybe a little bit of sideways chop or pull back pre-market, go back down to this 460 range, maybe even all the way down to this 430 range, 435, and then get a bounce off of that and then start to head up Tuesday. But Monday or Tuesday, I am thinking AMC is going to make a decent move to the upside, and that is just my personal opinion, not financial advice. And again, this is just getting you guys prepared for what's going on this week. And remember, there's going to be a lot of volatility in the market with year-over-year and core inflation rating, but I am suspecting an overall uptrend in the markets for S&P 500, NASDAQ, which is 50% off of the lows. SPY is about 50% off the lows. Let's go ahead and see and just check. And if it's 50% off the lows, that means it's in a technical bear market. So we can see that the low is right here, and we have the highs, and yes, we are 50% off of the lows. So again, we are in an official bear market or bull market for S&P 500 and NASDAQ. So again, this is not financial advice, but I do think that the SPY is going to be moving up in a uptrend, and I think that's going to help AMC get the bullish momentum it needs. We also have very bullish technicals on AMC, making a higher low after that low of $3.70, and all of the technicals I just showed you guys telling you that AMC was bullish. Let's go ahead and look at the fundamental data and see what we are. So let's go ahead and look at the option chain and see what's going on. So there is a huge amount of puts at the $13 level for AMC. They're selling puts at that level, which is actually bullish. And there is a huge amount of puts on the call options chains for April 27th. Now, April 27th, that alone, there's 90% puts loaded to that side. That could cause a bullish reaction in itself. I'm thinking April 27th could be a huge catalyst for AMC because of all the bearish sentiment that is piled up on the put side that could actually cause the squeeze or have us cause a nice rally to the upside. So I am looking at April 27th as a possible catalyst to see this thing move. Now, anything could happen between that because we could see some type of agreement come out where the conversion can go through or something like that. But if all of this goes through and we have to wait till April 27th, there is so many puts, 90% puts, that alone could cause a bullish reaction to the upside. Now, if we go ahead and look at the current option chain, we can see that there is a lot of call options at $10, which could get us to $10 if we can get above that $5 to $6 mark and get above $5 to $6 and hold that range, which is another reason why I think we could go as high as $8 this week on AMC, as crazy as that sounds. Absolute low for AMC would be $5. Again, I am predicting a green weekly candle print for AMC. Right here is all the conversion data. If you guys want to check that out, this is the official document. You guys can go ahead and read that for yourself. But this is the delay document, and this is the official document. So you guys can check that out if you want. Go ahead and pause the video and check that out. I just thought I would throw that in there so you guys can have that information. Shares available to borrow for AMC is at about 2,000. So if we look at how many shares they have available to borrow, it's at 200,000. That could change on Monday, but right now it's only at 2,000. Short interest is at 24.64%, and dark pool off exchange short interest is at 52.23%. Again, the short interest on AMC is insane. Almost the entire float is sold short. So if this thing sees a short squeeze, it will be absolutely massive. And if we go ahead and look at the shares available to borrow, you guys can see it does confirm 200,000 shares available to borrow. The max paying and open interest for AMC is at $4.50. I don't think we're gonna be at $4.50. Again, the low that I'm predicting is $5. FTDs are coming down a little bit. They did have so many FTDs, and somehow they got us off the threshold security list when Adam Aaron said something. How they managed to cover these FTDs, I don't know, but eventually they will come home to roost, and they will have to be answered for. So this is basically all of the data I'm looking at for AMC, and the cost of borrow rate again skyrocketing. And if we looked at the price points, you guys can see that causes a massive amount of pressure on the shorts, and it makes the amount that they have to pay annually more, and it has to make the amount to pay to start new short positions cost even more. So let's go ahead and look at the APE technical analysis and then wrap up the video. So APE is in a extremely bullish pattern in my personal opinion. Again, with all of this conversion news going on, it could be pinned flat, but I don't think it's going to go much lower than $1.20. I just dropped a great video on APE with all the technical analysis explaining my feelings and thoughts on it, but I do think APE is literal gold, and I am not selling my APE. I'm holding my APE. But APE is in a bullish continuation pattern. As you guys can see, we had this uptrend, and we had this falling wedge, which is a bullish continuation pattern, and now we had the breakout of the falling wedge, and we are moving in a small uptrend. I think we are going to stay above $1.20, but as far as weekly predictions for APE, I think the high will be $2 that we will close at, and the absolute low I think is going to be $1.60. So I think APE's going to have a green week. I think it's going to be a green weekly candle print. If we go ahead and put on the alligator, you guys can see, if we go ahead and put on the alligator on the smaller time frames, you guys can see that right now we are in that bearish movement, but that bearish movement is losing momentum, and we are starting to get that bullish movement to the upside. If we go ahead and put on the daily time frame, you guys can see that we do have that bullish MACD, and we can see that we are getting that bullish momentum to the upside as the alligators curl to the upside, and I believe we are going to start a uptrend, which could take us as high as $3.36, but I believe APE is going to start moving to the upside, and again, that is why I'm predicting a green weekly candle. As you guys can see, we have green daily MACD, and that is what I'm looking at. If we go ahead and put on the super trend, you guys can see that if we go ahead and put on the super trend and put on the 4-hour time frame, we do have that buy signal on the 4-hour time frame, which again correlates with runs like this and this. So that is what I'm looking at for APE. I am bullish on APE. I did just do a great video on that, explaining all of the reasons why. The fact that you can get paid off the conversion, I think it will run more because it is the most shorted stock compared to on Yahoo's most shorted stock list. Go ahead and check out that video. I'll make sure I try to link that in the description. But there is a lot of reasons why I believe APE is literal gold, and it can be converted to AMC at any time if the conversion is approved. But guys, that is pretty much the video. My predictions for AMC. Again, the high $8. I think we're going to have a bullish week for next week. I'm thinking AMC looks great, set up for a nice bullish move. If you go ahead and put on the Hakanashi candles, you guys can see that we're in pretty much of an uptrend. We also have a lot of indications of that because of the alligators. If we go ahead and put on the alligator, also we have that buy signal on the 4-hour time frame. But if I go ahead and put on the alligator, you guys can see that we are in that uptrend, lots of width. And then if we go ahead and put on the momentum indicator as well, you guys can see that the momentum indicator is pinned to the upside, and we are moving to the upside. And again, I think this rally is going to continue, and we are going to keep moving to the upside. And I think next week is going to be possibly explosive for AMC. Again, for APE, I'm thinking we could close as high as $2, maybe even $2.50, but the absolute low for APE is going to be $1.60, in my personal opinion. This is not financial advice. I'm expecting a regular green candle print, so just regular candles, not Hakanashi candles. I'm expecting it to be a green week for APE, and have APE have a green week as far as the candle is concerned, and AMC to have a green candle as far as it's concerned. And as far as S&P 500, I think it's going to have a green week as well. Green candle, and I am bullish on that for an uptrend to the upside. Again, I explained my theories and thoughts, why I explained all the technical analysis in this video, and hopefully you guys found it informative, and this gets you ready for the trading week. So these are my predictions for the trading week. This is my technical analysis for the trading week. For the rest of this weekend, I will be dropping more updates, more news on AMC, any data I find, any updates, and I'll be looking at some of the other meme stocks like GME, APE, and other plays like that. So hopefully you found the video informative. I know I did. If you did, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe for more content like this, and as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright guys, that was the video. Hopefully you found it informative, and I appreciate each and every one of you that watched to the end and sees this message. And as always, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more Data Zero updates. And as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.